There's something deeply humiliating about rushing to work. The way people sprint across a train platform, tripping up the stairs with their bags flying everywhere. The way someone drops their coffee and has to just stare at it for half a second before choosing between cleaning it up or missing the bus. The way people sit in their cars, gripping the steering wheel in gridlocked morning traffic, already exhausted before the day has even begun. Nothing strips a person's dignity faster than realizing they're rushing, full speed, to a place they don't even want to be. Greta here, back with another video for those on a journey to escape the rat race. It's wild how normalized it is to wake up in a panic, throw yourself together, and sprint out of the door like you're late for a punishment. And honestly, that's what the morning rush feels like. A punishment. A ritual you're forced to participate in every single day, just to keep your life afloat. You're not rushing to something you love. You're not rushing to something that brings you meaning. You're rushing to a desk, or a counter, or a Zoom call that drains you. And the whole thing feels like a humiliation ritual disguised as being responsible. What's even crazier is that adults spend years believing that once school ends, the structure, the bells, the rigid schedules, the constant need to be somewhere on time, all of it would end. But for most people, the 9 to 5 world is just school with a paycheck. You trade in the hallway passes for ID badges, the homeroom bell for Outlook reminders, and the principal for your manager. It's the same system, dressed up as adulthood. And the mornings expose the truth the most. When you're rushing, you feel it in your body, your heart racing, your mind spiraling, your stomach tight. You barely even taste your breakfast, if you even had time for any. You don't get a moment to breathe. You're supposed to be an adult with autonomy, but your alarm clock, your commute, and your boss dictate your life down to the minute. For a lot of people, that morning rush is the moment when the resentment really kicks in. You realize you don't control your time. You don't control your pace. You don't even control your mornings. The job does. And that's why it feels humiliating, because it exposes the reality that your time isn't yours. There's something degrading about having to match your entire existence with someone else's schedule, about squeezing your whole identity, your entire life, into the leftover scraps of time before and after work. Waking up early enough to get your life together sounds good on paper until you realize you're functioning on fumes. And after work, that's a whole other exhaustion. You get home and the only thing you want to do is shower, eat something, and collapse. The day takes so much from you that you barely have anything left for yourself. And yet, people feel guilty for feeling this way, because we've romanticized being productive, being a good worker, and working hard. But let's be honest, rushing every morning isn't productivity, it's survival mode. It's autopilot. It's a trap disguised as adulthood. And if you've ever had that moment where you're running late, sweating, anxious, almost in tears, and you think, why am I doing this? Why am I living like this? That's your wake-up call. People always talk about how work builds character. But what character is built from panic, from speed, from humiliation, from constantly feeling like you're not doing enough, fast enough? That's not character. That's conditioning. And that's exactly why this feeling, this daily humiliation, is the perfect fuel for anyone trying to break out of the 9 to 5 world. Because once you see the routine for what it really is, you can't unsee it. Once you feel the disgust of rushing for a job you hate, it becomes almost impossible to settle for it long term. That's the moment when the desire for freedom becomes stronger than your fear of change. Use that anger, use that embarrassment, use that resentment. Not to beat yourself up, but to push yourself forward. Every time you're rushing to work, remind yourself, this is why I'm building something of my own. Every time you're stuck in traffic, remind yourself, this is temporary. I won't be doing this forever. Every time you're running for a bus or choking down your breakfast in the car, remind yourself, I'm creating a life where I never have to rush for someone else's schedule again. Because here's the truth. The version of you that's hustling on your business after work or early in the morning or on weekends, that version of you is fighting for your time back. That version of you is fighting for your dignity. That version of you is building a future where you wake up slowly, where you move at your own pace, where your schedule is yours, where you don't have to sprint out of the door like you're escaping a fire. Entrepreneurship is hard. Working on your passions when you're exhausted is very hard. But so is rushing to work every day, feeling humiliated, and living a life where you never have enough time. Both paths are difficult, but one drains you and one frees you. One humiliates you and one restores you. One keeps you rushing forever and one lets you breathe. And honestly, when you think about it that way, choosing which hard is worth it becomes a lot clearer. People underestimate how powerful small moments of disgust can be. Sometimes it's not the big dreams that push you into entrepreneurship. It's the little humiliations. The spilled coffee, the missed bus, the sprint up the stairs, the moment you're sweating through your shirt at 8:02 a.m., the moment you're exhausted before the day even begins. Those moments are the reminders that you deserve more. You deserve ownership over your life. You deserve peace in your mornings. You deserve to wake up without anxiety dragging you out of bed. Mornings should be slow. They should be yours. They should be peaceful. They should feel like you're living, not like you're surviving. And the fact that so many people have never experienced a morning like that, not since childhood, is exactly why escaping the 9 to 5 matters so much. Because time is the most valuable thing we have. And right now, the job owns yours. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Every business idea you start building, every late night you stay up working, every weekend you dedicate to your passion, that's all reclaiming your time. That's you creating a life where rushing is optional, not mandatory. One day you'll wake up without an alarm. You'll move slowly. You'll drink your coffee without spilling it on the sidewalk. You'll breathe. You'll take your time. And you'll realize that all those humiliating mornings were not in vain. They were the motivation that pushed you to build the life you're living now. Until then, let those rush mornings burn into your memory. Let them annoy you. Let them frustrate you. Let them sharpen your vision. Because the more the 9 to 5 world humiliates you, the more determined you become to leave it behind. And when you finally do, every slow morning will feel like payback. There's no need to choose between survival and a peace of mind. Remember, your job is temporary, but only if you want it to be. Until next time.